Dragon with Street Boyz. When you're ready, Rebel, introduce yourself and let us know when to start the timer.
Cool. Cool. I'm RebelDragon. This is Popta.
Hello.
I've seen this game maybe twice or three times.
Yeah.
This is Street Boyz. This is a horribly translated Japanese game that Thurixa found in a random bookstore in Denmark. So
Sort of blew up at ESA.
What?
Sort of blew up at
basically
ESA.
picked it up to come to ESA. He didn't play it, and then we were all kind of like in the back of the room playing it, and we were just like, this game is amazing for everything that it does. So, oh God, I'm at the end of the game, sorry, hang on. So I'm doing an NG Plus run, so I've already got a save made for this. Just let me get back to the first stage. So, the reason why we're doing NG Plus is because there's items in this game that make you run faster, so we abuse that to go faster in this whole game. So to give an example of horrible translation, so we've got then an escaped convict. Don't let him escape this time. The only way to get in is to get captured, okay? Take off a weapon. Quiet court, I won't go. So you ready, Ark?
Ready when you are. Give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Street Boyz. Street Boyz. Street Boyz. Street Boyz. Right, so the first level we go into is Nishirin Discrimination Office, otherwise known as, we call it prison or NDO. So we come into this level twice because there's 2 exits in it. Every level where there's an exit, we have to do it twice. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to bait this prison guard to this wall. Do a jump. Cool. I clip through. So that's a jump clip. By baiting an enemy to a wall and then holding neutral and jumping, they'll run into the back of you, and their hitbox. Oh, lovely. And then their hitbox will push you through the wall. I'm not entirely sure why it works, but it works. So usually what you're meant to do there is pick up a key, and that unlocks the handcuffs. But if you just go through the loading screen, the game assumes that you picked up the key, so the handcuffs come off and you can play as normal. Oh, lovely. That happens sometimes because the controls are weird. So I'm just dodging some enemies here. So one thing with this game is it's got really, really weird controls. You can't control the camera in any way, so the camera's automatic. You can reset it, but it's not very good. This actually loops around, it's pretty good. So running in a straight line in this game is very, very hard.
Nigh on impossible.
Lovely, I got past. So come around here, gonna dodge those guys. Right, so there's a little movement trick you can do in this game. By jumping then at the peak, please, and at the peak you kick, you get a bit of height. So you can get over some specific walls. So this is a boss fight. Hopefully this goes well, because if not, you lose a lot of time. So I'm gonna run to the left. Cool, that's a quick kill. So that's how most of the bosses go in this game. You just kind of one-shot them. That's what's called a stare-down skip. They have this, when they get to a certain level of HP, they can do a stare-down which wastes about, I think it's like 7 or 8 seconds it wastes, but then you have to try and recover the fight after, so it loses a little bit more time. Now I'm going to switch to Mayuki, who's the partner I use for the rest of the game. Oh, lovely. So I have to use Genji for the first stage because our regular strat with Mayuki doesn't actually work. And then for Mayuki, then I can just use Mayuki for the rest of the game. So I'll come back in here again because there's another exit I've got to go through. So I'm going to do the same jump clip again. Not anymore because he decided to not do it. So this is what it skips. It skips picking up the key, skips this loading screen, and then it skips skipping the cutscenes. So I'm going to run around these guys. Cool. Not doing very well with that today. So right. So whenever the camera changes or moves in this game, your controls sometimes lock. So sometimes you'll find in rooms you're running straight, but you're actually holding right, because of how the camera decides to change. So here, so this level doesn't really make much sense casually. So that room there, so this room here, it's a computer room with 5 switches. You have to click the 3rd switch. There's no indication what switch to click. You just have to know. When we first played this level took us like half an hour to beat because we had no idea where to go. So this is the 2nd exit. So this is another boss fight with the same guy. So I'm gonna run up here. Cool, that's one-shot him. And then I'm mashing jump and grab at the end of levels because if you don't, it plays an animation where Jin poses and it plays a random jingle. That's actually slower. It wastes time, it wastes in-game time. So now I'm actually going to hold 2 controller directions at the same time to move around the map, because then you can make turns basically on the first frame possible. Right, so now this is Arg's favorite stage because it has arguably the best OST in the whole game. So this is Gurren Street.
Banger though.
It is. It actually is. It's not okay why this game has such a good soundtrack. So this game actually comes from the Japanese Simple 2000 series. It's an Ultimate Simple 2000 series game. Nice. So it's an Ultimate Simple 2000 series under its Volume 21, Kenka Johto Yankee Bancho. Yeah, I said that right. I say it so often now that apparently I'm actually good at pronouncing it. So yeah, cool. I'm just running through this stage. I have to come into this stage twice as well. There's a couple of weird camera angles that are coming up, which are kind of annoying to deal with. So this one here is not that bad. The one after this can be annoying because it doesn't always switch the right direction. Yep. So I have to kind of weave between those guys blind. This was also annoying. Yep, cool. That was actually very good. I wiggled the stick slightly when I was in the camera angle facing me, because it helps to orient the controls a bit better. So after this loading screen, I'm going to hold up left and hopefully just dodge past the enemies. Cool. Right, I have to hold down left here. Right, cool. So I'm actually going to the, this is the only level exit that the story doesn't force you to go to. We actually originally found this by accident while we were just running around this stage when we first played it. You're right, Ark.
I'm just dancing.
Right, cool. So those guys there are throwing Molotovs, and they are rather annoying. Their patterns are wildly random. So here I just try and stick straight on the railway track, which is not easy because game weird controls. Right. Well, camera angle change there. Camera angle changes here. Changes again here.
Moving in the straight line is commonly referred to as tank controls because it's hard.
I make this look a lot easier than it actually is to control it.
It really is. So you're going in a straight line? No, you'll move left, right, left, right, left, right. If you can move in a straight line, you're like 50% of the way there doing a run.
Cool, that's a quick kill. So that one there, you just time your third swing to coincide with your partner's super attack, and then it just drains the enemy's health. That strat there, I do that one because the alternative strat lags the game slightly. So that one just saves about 0.6 or so, and it's slightly easier to do. So now we get to go back into Gurren Street. Right. So I'm going to do the same first bit of the level, and then just go to a different exit. So you get to hear the music again, and I get to deal with lovely camera angle changes. So I didn't mention this in the first time I went through here, but right here that I'm going to go for a box jump like I did in the first stage. I missed it. Lovely. Oh, please. Thank you. All right, cool. I missed the box jump. That's fine. That loses about 8 seconds. What happened there? Because when you play this game for long enough, you have so many ideas of what kind of pace you're on. So obviously, because this is a game based on lines, I'm trying to stay on the most optimal lines that I can manage. It's not always the easiest. Cool, dodge those guys. The camera's going to do the same thing again, probably. Yep. Go through the middle of those guys. And wiggle the stick. Cool. Right, so in terms of camera angle changes, when you're trying to move, if the camera angle changes, sometimes the controls won't work, but sometimes you'll stick in the same direction. But you only stick in the same direction if you hold the stick like super hard, to the point where it kind of hurts your finger after a while. All right, cool. So last time I went to the right, I'm going to go straight here. And then I'm going to go right around this corner, dodge the 2 Molotov guys. And I'm gonna try and do another jump kick here to skip a corner, jump from there. Cool. That there saves probably about half a second, skipping that corner. So this boss, I'm just going to walk forward and then press my partner super and charge an attack. Cool. That's that stage? Yeah, 131. So usually I get 125s there. If because I fluffed up the box jump, I got 131. Right, so now we're going to go over to Hospital. I'm sorry, I'm not sticking on the map screen because it also has a banging soundtrack. Right, so start of the stage, I'm going to throw my weapon because I don't need it in this stage. Throw that. Right, I'm going to come over here. Nope, it didn't work, so I'm going to throw clip. Yep. So by standing in a specific position, I can throw an enemy at a wall, and the same thing that happens with the jump clip, their hitbox just pushes you through. It's only specific walls. There is a sign. Okay, she's gonna. Okay, so I have to grab her and walk because she didn't follow me, and Mayuki will kill her otherwise. So we can clip through specific walls by jumping or throw clipping because of how the walls work. We're not sure entirely what causes it, but we worked out that if you can throw an enemy through a wall, you can clip through it in some way. That's how we figured out which walls we could and couldn't clip through. So with clipping with the males, the common thugs, you can pretty much throw them anywhere as long as they're near the wall and you'll clip. But with the female thugs, you have to throw them at specific angles or their hitbox doesn't work in the same way. Oh, please. Cool. I'm going to grab a Hitmax, or Thug Monthly Magazine, as Alfie once pointed out to me. All right, cool. So I'm just going to do the team super attack here, because it's slightly safer than doing the alternative. Then I'm mashing attack, mashing grab and jump again, and this should end right now. Got 108, that's not bad for having to slow walk. Right, so next we're going to Subway. So Subway is a long stretch of running while avoiding bikers. So bikers have consistent spawns in this game, but where they decide to move is kind of random, and sometimes their hitbox isn't exactly the most consistent. So this is the first stage where the run kind of turns completely volatile with how it works. So basically the sword I'm carrying adds plus 15 strength to my base strength. So my base strength at max level is 22. So an increase of 15 is massive, oh god. So, and if you get hit and knocked down, you lose your weapon, which automatically changes how the entire level is going to go. So I want to try and keep it. You lose, I'm not sure how much off the top of my head, but you don't lose a lot of time, but it's still a significant amount of time in this game, considering most of your time losses aren't by huge amounts. So there's a few more biker spawns I've got to deal with. Cool. There's 2 more after this. One in front and one behind after this corridor. And then I get to do another jump clip if it'll work, because the camera angle's weird. So there's 3 more bikers that spawn here. Cool. And there's 2 more that spawn behind. I knew that guy was coming. I didn't know what angle he was coming at though. Right, so if I come through to this room here, the guy on the right here, I'm going to bait him over here. Cool, clip through the wall. Peak Street Boys. Right, so now I get to kick down some walls, because, you know, Street Boys. So I'm going to kick down that wall. There's 3 more Molotov guys here that can either throw straight or throw at you. This guy tends to throw at you every time. There's 2 more here. Cool. Jump over them. Oh, thanks, game. Lovely. So that's what happens if you lose your sword. Okay, that's fine. Right, so the boss fight is just going to be slightly slower now because I lost my sword, but that's fine. Right, so there's another jump clip I'm going to go for here. So in this room, there's meant to be another force fight, but you know, just go around here. Cool. In an elevator. Right. So while I'm just running around here, so I mentioned that this game is part of the Japanese Simple 2000 series. I'm playing the European version because there is only a European version of Street Boys. They never released this game in America, so we only play the European version because the other version is not Street Boys. Right, so this is Joe. He's on a bike. So I'm gonna have to land three jump kicks here, or get hit, because you know, good video games. There's one. There's two. I need to land one more. If I can actually get him, that'd be nice. And then I can super him and he'll die. That was very slow because I didn't have the sword. If you've got the sword, you've only got to do 2 jump kicks, and optimally he doesn't like move away from you. So that was like a, yeah. I was gonna say about like just over 310, so 313.
Apparently someone in chat just googled Street Boys, but the Backstreet Boys came up instead.
Yeah, I know. It does.
Different game entirely.
Well, this does have better music than Backstreet Boys.
We did actually finally make a Backstreet Boys meme though. We did put the Backstreet Boys on this game's cover.
Ooh.
Is this the legendary level?
I'm gonna do the original version first.
Oh.
I do a different route to everyone else because I do the stages in the order that I prefer to do them in. So I'm gonna come in here, hit that guy. So the big thugs, as they're called, they have an attack where they can just like put their shoulders down and run towards you. They're completely invincible during this attack, and you really don't want to get hit. So you can just block. Right. So generally what you want to do with those guys is you want to hit them and then have Mayuki Super do the second hit because it knocks them down. Enemies despawn faster and drop whatever they're dropping if they get knocked down by a big hit rather than a regular attack hit. So a big hit like a super or the jump kick gives a different animation to just getting knocked down normally. So this one here doesn't really spawn until you get on the other side of the... Lovely, thanks Mookie. So that guy there kind of spawns really weirdly. You have to be on like... you have to move to the side of the school desk that I did, because otherwise he doesn't spawn straight away. He takes a second to spawn. Right, so there's one more key I've got to collect. So this stage is you go up to the top floor collecting keys, and then on top floor you collect a key to the boss room on the bottom floor. So it's just one kind of small level with a huge backtrack in it. Oh, that doesn't matter. And he's dead. Alright, cool. I don't need my sword for the rest of this, so that's fine. Right, so, lovely. I messed up the bait there. You're meant to run a little bit more to the left, and then you can slip bar on the inside. I messed it up very, very slightly there. Right, so when we actually worked out, we like you can clip through all the doors that the keys open, but this is one instance where the game's actually well designed, and the game tracks how many keys you have collected. If you clip into the last door, it doesn't clip up to the top floor that I was on and then collect the key. It thinks you've got the key for the first floor, not for the boss room. You have to collect them in order, or the game goes, nah. Right, so this is just kind of a mob fight boss. So I'm going to use my Yuki's super over and over and over again. And hopefully get what's called a 4-cycle. And this should be the last wave. That's it, yep, cool. Pretty good fight. Right.
Now that took 2 minutes.
What?
That took 2 minutes. Well, this level can now be
yeah.
25 seconds.
25 seconds, oh no.
You're only going for 25, are you?
I'm not going to do the 24 strat. So, at ESA, the Cool Kid himself found a strat for this stage that saves a second. I'm not going to go for it because I'm inconsistent at it, and I'd rather not risk losing a bunch of time for no reason. So, gonna run around these guys. I'm not doing well at my enemy dodges today. There's 2 Molotov guys there, just gonna jump over them. So this is probably gonna get a 26 now. Right, so. This is 26, so.
We'll wait to the end. So yeah, there were, what, 10 setups of this throughout ESA?
Yes.
10 PlayStation 2s, 10 CRTs, and they were
27, I'm a scrub, dude.
Yeah,
not like this.
That didn't happen. Reset, try again.
Reset. So at ESA we had the entire Street Boys community that was the Street Boys community at the time. There was like 8 of us. And we all took Street Boys and we all set up our PS2s with Street Boys on, and we saw how many people we could get to play that one like 20-second stage. We were hoping to get 20 throughout the week. We got 20 in the first like 3 hours.
What was the total amount of people that actually completed the run?
What? 25s?
Yeah.
25s, it was in the 80s.
So 80 people learning this
80
stage.
people got a tied world record until Cool Kid whipped on them all.
Check on
Wake up one morning and Cool Kid goes, hey, I got a 24. What?
Yeah, you what?
Ruined.
It was
Right.
caught live on stream, wasn't it?
So this is Tennu. I'm going to do some more wall clips here. So go around. So this camera angle's a little bit weird. Oh, I got the good one. Right, cool. This is actually a good stage thus far. I'm going to bait this guy. Come over here. Okay. I'm going to have to just kill these guys now because Moiki decided to run near us. So usually I'm meant to clip through that wall, but the enemy decided to attack Moiki and not me. He decided to just not give the animation that I needed. Yeah, that bit there makes no sense. You go up the elevator to take the elevator down. So in this bit, I've got to hold upright. If you hold straight forward, the game lags super hard in that one place. I don't even know what causes it, because there's nothing there to cause it to lag. So I pick up that hit max there. There are 4 more of these guys that spawn. They have a roundhouse kick that they can do, and it's invincible and it knocks you down. So at that point, it doesn't really matter if you get it. It's just a bit slow. Right. So the boss I'm going into now actually used to be the most inconsistent boss in this game. Then War Drums the God found out how to do this fight consistently, which is if you use your super at the right time, the game considers it a counter hit, so it gets multiple hits on it. So you can then just kill both the bosses in like one move. Right, so we've got 2 more stages left. So next one is probably my least favorite stage. It's Harbor. Main reason why it doesn't really have an OST and the boss fight's annoying. This has just Harbor sounds. There's no music. It's really disappointing. Boo. It just sounds of seagulls and boats.
Let's just put Gurren Street back on.
Yeah, dude, I'll just go back to Gurren Street and play Gurren Street again. Oh, game, thank you. I tried to jump kick there to stall myself, but it's fine. There's a backup weapon that you can grab in this stage, but... So I'm going to run down here. Around this next set of blue containers, there's a box. This box here has a weapon in it. It's not as strong as the sword I was holding, but it's good enough to complete the stage. Right, so the other reason why I don't like this stage is because this game has very, very bad jumping controls. And yeah, I've got to do some platforming, so jump down here. Cool, I got it.
Well, you've got a minute. I'm going to read a quick donation.
That's fine.
Yeah, we have a £2.50 donation from Chilius saying, hey everyone, hope EGX has been enjoyable for everyone. Sucks I was only at EGX for one day, otherwise I'd come watch, but I'm glad to be watching over Twitch. And we are glad you're watching as well. Do remember we are raising money for Special Effect, and any and all of your donations will be going to them. We are currently at a total of £1,367.50.
Nice. Right, cool. So that was a fight. I just did my usual thing where I hit enemies and use Moiki to finish them off. So this is the most technical stare down skip in this game. because of just how it works. So I have to throw these barrels in a specific order and slightly specific ways. This one here. So I got hit there. Getting hit there is actually all right. Oh, it didn't lock on. So I'm probably going to get a stare down here now.
Yay!
Yep, cool.
Yes.
I knew it was going to happen because I missed one throw. So this is what a stare down looks like. And in this particular one, you stare at the digger very, very intensely. But afterwards, when they're stunned, they take double damage, so I can just kill him straight out there.
Confirmed mightier than the digger. The digger is just hiding in fear.
My eyes scared the digger, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've got explosive barrels in a harbour either.
Video games.
Video games, dude, right. So now I'm going to the last level. This is Sunshine Building. I'm going to go for a jump clip in the first room to skip a force fight. So, right. So I'm going to bait these guys and regular jump clip, cool. Right. Oh, I didn't get it. You can actually run into those stairs if you run at the right part of it. There's like a little seam that you can just walk through. If you do it in some of the stairs in this stage, actually, you just fall into the void. It's pretty good. In this stage, there's two different routes that you can take. So I'm going to take the shortest route, which is go grabbing a lift key and taking the lift from floor 51 to the boss. The alternative route is you go up 9 floors of fights. You can clip through every single door, but this is the one stage where the game kind of tracks if you've done the fights. And if you get to the final door, the final set of stairs that goes up to the boss, and you clip through all the doors, you just fall into the void. The stairs just don't exist. I don't know why it's like that. Just this game. Right. So I'm holding specific angles when I come out of each of these loading screens, just so I'm moving in the right direction fast. I did that turn really, really badly there. There are 2 turns like that. They both look exactly the same. I just messed up which one I was at. I'm gonna go down here, around these guys, through them. There's 2 big thugs here. Around these guys. Around those guys. Cool. Whoa. So there's one more floor like this one, where everything's kind of just white walls. So in this room, I've got to hold up left, because if you hold straight, you get to a dead end, and it looks like you're meant to go straight forward, but you're not. You're meant to go up left. When I was first like going through this stage and trying to memorize where I'm going, that turn there annoyed me so much because it makes no sense. Like, oh, I should be holding straight. No, up left. There's a little wall. So through here, down here. So there's a turn now where I've got to whip around the wall, then go diagonally down. Right, so there's an elevator here. Right, so I've got one more run-in with Molotov guys. So, cool. I have to go back down, oh god, I have to go back down this set of stairs, so I have to dodge them again. So I'm going up here because I need to grab the lift key. This is another stage that makes no sense when you play it casually. There's 3 sets of stairs, and there's enemies and other things up all 3 sets of stairs and boxes and all this other stuff. So when you're playing this casually, this is meant to be like amazing, meant to work your way around. So there's the door that takes me to 9 floors of fights to the left. If you actually go to the door, the game basically goes, are you sure you want to go that way? There's a lift key right there that you can use. Right, so back down again. So the lift is not in this part of the building, it's up another set of stairs, which is why I've got to go past the Molotov guys again. So I've got to go to the stairs that are straight ahead of me. So hopefully they give me decent RNG. Yep, that's all right. Sorry, I was concentrating there just to make sure I didn't get hit in the back. Because once they're behind you, that's it, you're in the blind. Right, so up this lift, and then we're coming up to the last bit of the run, which is the final boss. Hopefully it goes well, because this is another boss which can, if one thing goes wrong in this boss fight, the entire thing just like dissipates. Right, so time is on fade out after this boss. So 1, 2. Oh, Mayuki. Yeah, Mayuki ruined that. Mayuki didn't do the move that she needed to do at the right time. So
Stare down on the metallic afro.
stare down with Elvis the robot. So usually what's meant to happen there is Mayuki does her move at the same time as me. Cool. And time is time.
Also, can I say that boss has an amazing haircut?
Was that a 29?
That was a 29. Your final time is 29 minutes and 35 seconds.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
So that there is Street Boys.
it was.
Ooh,
And coming up next, we've
Yeah.
got Rebel Dragon again.
I'm still sat here, yeah.
Still sat there.
Still
Going to
sat
be
here.
running Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Aqua Beginner.
Yep.
So give us a couple of minutes while we get ourselves set up for that, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
yeah.